Three, two, one. We're back for another Thursday night National Athletic Training Month video. This is our fourth and final video tonight. This is topic 3. I don't know what topic 4 will be. We'll put a vote out later this week. But we have 2 individuals. We have Sarah, we have Eli, and we might have Jen potentially joining us in the next couple minutes, but she might not.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed.
So if you could just quickly introduce yourself, and then we can go into the topic.
Sarah, ladies first.
Okay. Hi, my name is Sarah Rowe. I am an athletic trainer in the Indianapolis area. I am at a high school.
Very nice. Very nice. And I am Eli Kassab, and I am currently now an athletic trainer at Dixie State University in St. George, Utah. That's like a month ago, so super new. But yeah.
And Eli has his own podcast. Go ahead and plug your podcast.
Oh man, I appreciate it. No man, thank you. I do. So thanks, Thomas. I appreciate it. I wanted to be respectful on that. It's just the Eli Kassab experience. It's just my first and last name. Just try to basically bring a lot of real life experiences through a lot of different in athletic training, in and out of it, and life skills along the way. So. And just try to bring some positive energy and kind of teach people a little bit about athletic training and kind of life skills and how to kind of find happiness navigating our career path, which can be a little difficult at times. So I appreciate it.
And it's really good. I've listened to about 4 episodes, and it's good stuff. I like it a lot. Looking forward to your next episode. But, we're going to be talking about National Athletic Training Month. Do you guys have any plans for National Athletic Training Month besides your podcast and this AT Talks?
Well, my plan for this month is trying to educate my athletes on National Athletic Training Month, which I figure a lot of people are going to be in the same boat because so many athletic athletes are like, National Athletic Training Month, like what? Like they have no idea about it. And I think it's something really important for us as a profession and everything to really highlight and help educate, our athletes and the community in general. And so I'm going to be spending a lot of the time just trying to communicate to the athletes about it and educate just the general public and try to be a little bit more, I guess, louder for the athletic training profession, just so it's not having to answer these questions like, I'm an athletic trainer, and they're like, yeah, so I really want a 6-pack, and I'm like, we're different. So but those are going to be the highlight points for me. Sarah?
Awesome. So for me, a lot of what I do is on social media. We have a 2-week spring break that happens to be in the middle of March. So I'm not around my whole athletic population. Also in Indiana, March is kind of a down month. Winter sports are really wrapping up. Spring sports haven't quite amped up yet. So a lot of what I'll do will be on social media, on my Twitter account, a little bit on my personal Facebook, but I use my professional personal Twitter a lot for that kind of thing, doing that. What I was talking about with my intern the other day, my grad student, we were kind of talking about this topic because I just seen the Twitter post and seen what the topic was. And my big thing with athletic training is we can do all we want on social media. We can hit the hill day, do all the legislation stuff, which is great, and that's really important. However, I feel like for me as an athletic trainer, the best way I can promote my profession is to promote myself, is to be in my community, to make those connections with my athletes and my parents so that my athletes know what an athletic trainer is, what I do, what my role, my profession, my passions as an athletic trainer are. And they can then carry that on to their friends, and their parents learn what I do, and their younger siblings learn what I do. And hopefully as they get older, as more and more high school kids are starting to have those interactions with athletic trainers, more and more people are going to understand what we do and who we are. At least that's my hope. Because like when I was in high school, we didn't have an athletic trainer. So just kind of being that grassroots, that I am an athletic trainer and I am me, and learn to love my profession through me and through my passion.
I think it's really important to be visible in your community. It's not the job and a lot of people just want to like go home after their day. But just spending that little bit of extra time to get to know the parents, to get to know the people that come to the games and sporting events.
Mhm.
They could put a face to you, like the athletic director. Yeah, great. What about your principal? What about your superintendent? What about the nurse, the fitness staff?
Exactly. I have lunch with our front office secretaries once a week. And so now our whole front office staff knows who we are, what we do. I check in with our nurses on face to face on at least a weekly basis. And if we don't talk it during a day, it's a weird day. Like, I don't think I talked to them today, and that was weird. But we communicate with our school nurses all the time. So now they, in their profession, are starting to understand kind of what we do, what we are, and what our scope is. And there are things that an athlete will walk in there and they'll be like, I gave them an ice pack and I told them to see you because they're outside of what I can do. And that's really awesome that they respect our profession.
I think that's huge because with the nursing and just working with closely with doctors in the hospitals and stuff. I know like a lot of times when I've taken like emergency room visits or just visits to the hospital and talking to nurses and stuff, obviously the first look that they give you is you're not the parent, you're what? The athletic trainer, and they kind of give you this look like, what? Why are you here? Like, and so you're like, okay, they probably think I'm a personal trainer, and then you're having to explain that you're a healthcare professional, like, and that you basically know this athlete's medical history better than their parents. And so I think that's really important. I like to start doing that amongst like the hospitals and the nursing staff to hopefully at least start to educate some of the people in the, in the healthcare industry and some of those other areas that aren't really connected with athletics into what we do. And so that, we can obviously, establish a presence with ourselves. Right, Bruno?
Yeah.
My roommate just walked in.
Hey, Bruno, I'm Tom.
He's the next podcast.
Oh, sweet. Can't wait to listen to it.
So, but we're, I think that's really important. And I think building those relationships, I think that's great, Sarah, you talking about, building those relationships and nurturing those, I think is really important. I think a lot of people tend to kind of get tunnel vision and kind of focus on the work, and it's not really the relationships that surround, healthcare, the athletes and athletics in general.
Yeah.
Another piece is, sorry.
Go ahead. You're fine. You're cool.
I'm actually on the planning committee for the Indiana Athletic Training Association for our NATM. And so we've kind of got some stuff in the works for that. So that'll be rolling out. We're going to be doing, I think, some fundraisers or drives. And then we're doing a social media contest again. We did that last year and had a really big response to it. So I think that'll be fun to, again, kind of get it out there. I think that's a big point of National Athletic Training Month, is to get out there. Hey, this is who we are. This is what we do. And I'm excited for what we have coming with the IATA this year.
Yeah, there was someone, I don't know if it was IATA or GLADA, but they reached out to me about being on an NATM committee, and I was absolutely, but I haven't heard back from them. But I think another great non-traditional people that you should advocate with is like your city's firefighters, your paramedics, or your police, because they don't know who you are, and eventually you're going to call an ambulance. And it's a lot better when an EMT or paramedic walks off that rig and they're like, sweet, Tom's here. I know it started. He can tell me all the information, compared to someone just walking up being like, oh, you work out with athletes. You're not medical. Get out of my way. I'm taking over.
We're very lucky. Part of the beauty of being in such a small town is I know most of our EMTs. Several of them are former students, which kind of makes me start feeling old, but they were seniors when I started, so it's not too bad, right? But we are pretty lucky that we've kind of made those connections, and the few times that we've had to call EMS, it's been really smooth, especially considering one of them was a pretty serious spine board at a football game, and it went flawlessly, and I was very happy with that. And then again, we talk with our police at the football games. It's a small town. Everyone's there on Friday night. So this kind of goes outside of just this 1 month of when we can make those contacts. We are year round. It's a year round thing. Always got to be showing people who we are and what we do.
Yes,
absolutely. Yeah, I think one thing I did personally in school was actually went and got my EMT license, just because I saw the just the amount of work that basically the collaboration that between the two, and Thomas, we lost audio, but anyway, yeah, no. So basically, I got my EMT license, and that really helped me give me a better insight into that kind of their world and their language and what they're kind of expect. And so, from an emergency response standpoint, it was really beneficial from advocating for our profession, but also when there was a situation that arose, then it was like, okay, well, I know exactly what their thought process and what their protocol is, and then kind of basically better relay the information a little bit more efficiently off of my end when they arrive. But I think those relationships are huge.
Yeah, and the better we can collaborate, the better care we can provide to the population that we treat. So it's a win-win for everybody.
Absolutely.
All right. Any other fun stuff that we're either A, doing, or B, if we had the resources, we would love to do?
I mean, I think that's it. I know a lot of people are doing AT Olympics with their students, and that's awesome. I love that. We don't have a high school student program, but we did something like that when I was out in Arizona. It was super fun. Decorating bulletin boards. I saw someone on Twitter is doing a door decorating contest, and I love that so much. And I kind of want to see if it's not too late to get that implemented. So I might talk to our front office staff tomorrow and see what we can do.
That'd be great.
I don't even know how you would accurately decorate something to represent athletic training, besides like crutches and tape and like.
I don't know. It could be fun though.
So much I do isn't even medical.
Take one of your athletes to the door.
And then they can advocate for you.
There you go. It's
perfect.
It's like the singing fish thing that you walk by and it sings. And you walk by and the athlete's like, athletic training month. Oh man.
All right. Anything else we want to add? Are we wrapping this up?
Good.
No, I'm excited. Yeah, National Athletic Training. Let's get it, guys.
Yeah, I'm excited. Hey, year round. Start now. Start advocating now. Advocate often. Year round. Let's go.
Yep.
But thank you for coming on, and we're gonna have you on for future talks, both of you. So thank you for your time, and have a great rest of your Thursday. Have a good Friday. Hopefully you have Saturday or Sunday off. Who knows? Maybe not.
Yeah.
But have a good night, everybody.
Fingers crossed. Appreciate you, Thomas, for putting it all together.
Yep. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
All right,
you
bye.
too. Bye.
You too. See ya.